Welcome to Speak Up. I am your host for today, Carrie, retired professional boxer. And today we are going to kick off today's topic on body imaging and nutrition with our special guests that we have here today. We have the beautiful Candace and Mariah.
Hey y'all.
So for round one, let's just get into knowing who are you and what do you do and what would you like to share with people out watching today?
My name's Mariah Nisbet, also known as Black Widow. And what I do, my passion is martial arts. I love Muay Thai and I love Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu too as well. I just love the spiritual aspect that comes with it, and also that you're constantly on a journey and you're constantly improving your well-being throughout the whole journey.
Hey, I'm Candace. So I'm a mother of two. I work full time and I'm starting my own business. New to boxing.
Okay, and well, Mariah, you said you do Muay Thai. So how long have you been doing Muay Thai, and how would you say this has impacted your life?
Well, I've been doing Muay Thai since I was a little tadpole. I was about 5 years old.
Okay.
Been doing that on and off. And Girl Gang Outreach at Wilmer Carolina Fight Life has definitely impacted me more than just the fighting journey. And I just think it's just a very positive place and safe place where people can grow and network and just have a community and a family that you didn't think that you really needed. So I think it's awesome.
Awesome. And Candace, you said you do boxing, and now is that amateur boxing, professional boxing?
Yes, amateur boxing. Supposed to have my first event like a month ago, but due to unforeseen events, it was canceled, but looking to get back into it.
Okay, and where are you wanting to go with the boxing?
I haven't really decided yet. I've had some dreams, visions of going
Visions
far.
are good.
So I'm not really exactly sure. I'm just letting the Most High lead me, and I'm following.
I know that's right.
Amen.
I know that's right. So you ladies, now that you've become a part of Women of the Carolina Fight Life and you've been helping out with the Girl Gang Outreach, what do you guys see yourself doing as far as helping other young girls or women who may want to get into the sport?
Doing as a career, I really would love to start teaching women how to compete in Muay Thai, kickboxing, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so that they're able to find the inner strength spiritually and outwardly too as well, and travel with them and compete more. So I'm able to give the knowledge that I have to them so they can pass it down for generations.
That sounds wonderful, Mariah. Man, I just wish nothing but the best things for that as well. And what about you, Candace?
So I'm really looking forward to being a part of this organization and group. It's very empowering to women and children. I really personally feel that every female should know self-defense, and I'm hoping that we can either get a program where we are able to, teach or eventually get into elementary schools where we can have a program for kids. It just does wonders for self-esteem, confidence, your success in life.
Well, now is that something that you're looking to have your daughter follow your lead in and help her grow in as well?
Most definitely. We're leaders. To be a leader, you have to be strong within yourself, and you have to be able to take up for yourself, defend yourself. So most definitely, she will be in the gym.
So that is really great, ladies. So we're going to get ready to move in round two today's discussion. Ladies, listen, it's get back. It's time to get comfortable. We're going to dive deep right now. I really want to get into talking about a really, really hot topic right now. And, just something that's been laying even on my heart as well. And that is, body imaging. How do we see ourselves? How do we see ourselves versus how other people see us? When we look in the mirror, what do you see? Because I'll be honest with you, just so you guys will know, I'm going to be very transparent with you and with everyone that's watching that, back in the day when I was younger, man, I did not like what I saw. And even sometimes, here and there nowadays, I still don't like what I see sometimes. I have those moments, when your hair's not fixed, you don't have your makeup on, you're just you look at the mirror and you're like, ugh, and you turn the mirror away, right? You just do not want to look at yourself, right? And then, there are times where I'm like, hey, and that's when I'm all dressed up. But, at the end of the day, I've learned that, you've got to be comfortable no matter what, who you are, what size you are, how old you are, where you go, and And I know a lot of times what we wear, what we eat, you know, plays a big part, you know, in that factor and what we see and how we feel. And I know talking to both of y'all early on and beforehand, you know, I learned a few things about you ladies that I didn't even know that was interesting that I really want to just kind of dive in with. So, Mariah, you know, when we were talking earlier, you know, something that you shared with me, I thought was super, super important when it comes to how we image ourselves and how we feel. One of the things that you found yourself being turned to was supplements, and how you started taking a whole lot of them and stuff, and how you kind of got out of hand with that a little bit. You know, tell us some more about that.
So at one point in time, I was working for a supplement company, and I was super passionate about it. I was learning a lot from it. But because I was learning so much from it, and I was getting magazines, there were magazines of how someone that's athletic should be. So because I was seeing those magazines and then going to the gym and training, I started to over supplement my body. So I'll even look back on the pictures that I have when I was training heavily at that point in time. Like, I was way underweight. I was
Let me ask you real quick. When you were looking at yourself in the mirror at that time, what did you see versus what you see now when you look at those pictures?
At that point in time, when I was looking in the mirror, I just seen someone that wasn't appealing to men at all. Even though I would get compliments, they weren't necessarily pursuing me for like a committed relationship. So then that triggered me. So then I just went to supplements to like fill in that void. But now that I have more grounded foundation spiritually, and I learned a healthier way to maintain my body weight, now when I look in the mirror, I'm seeing I'm a child of God. And He loves me, the Father loves me. So no matter what, so no matter what, ladies, that is where you're gonna find your happiness. And then also, I was inspired from women's stories too as well. They would come in the school. I mean, they would come in the in my store, and it would be like, I'm getting a divorce. So then she was thinking it was because he went for a younger woman that was a difference, maybe smaller than her. Then she didn't feel happy. So I was very passionate at helping them, not only helping them lose weight, but be like, hey, I'll still look good. I'm back in the gym. I'm doing this for me. So I was very passionate to help other women deal with body issues too that could have been triggered from different relationships. So, but yeah.
And how did you break away from taking all those supplements, and how did you find yourself, you know, getting away from that and actually starting to eat healthy and doing the right thing?
Honestly, I kind of got away from taking as many supplements as I was. Prayer, lots of prayer. I would do a lot of devotionals, women-inspired devotionals, reading all the women in the Bible, and just seeing that back in that time, they really didn't have those type of supplements, and they were so beautiful. It wasn't necessarily what they wore or their pearls or anything like that. It was the fact that they were a God-fearing woman, so that's what I focused on more than the fact that I'm taking a non-stim versus a stimulant product to either make me feel stronger or make me, I don't know, tap someone out a little bit quicker. So, but I definitely had to dig deep, like real deep. I still have to do it, so.
Okay, very interesting. So Mariah, it sounds like you're one of our spiritual ones among the women of the Carolina Fight Life. You know, I like.
Oh yeah. Dig a little deeper.
Dig a little deep. Okay, well, I'm going to keep digging there. I'm going to come back to you here in a second, but Miss Candace. All right, so Candace, when we were talking earlier, you had shared with me that one of the things that you had experienced yourself when you were younger was whenever you saw yourself in the mirror, you didn't see what other people saw. Can you share with me and tell me some more about that and how you were feeling and everything?
Yes, well, I didn't really even notice it until I went to college and got the freshman 15.
Well, time out. What is freshman 15?
You silly. So they say like all the freshmen that go to college will gain 15 pounds.
Oh, okay.
I got that. Probably more closer to 20.
Okay.
So I got to a point where it was just like one day I got on the scale and it said way more, and I'm like, whoa, how did this happen? It just like came. You know, over time I was, you know, depressed. I found out I was depressed. I was eating like the Ben and Jerry's pints. Oh, I was the whole thing.
Yeah, ice cream.
Not good for me. So I had, then once I got to that weight, you know, it was like, okay, well, this is what I thought I looked like in the mirror. And the easiest way to really bring it to understanding is I had seen a talk show one day where they had a lot of ladies there, and these ladies were like nowhere near my size. They were itty bitty. So at that point when I seen them, I'm like, oh, that's not me, you know. So they would draw themselves on this big piece of white paper, like their actual size that they thought they were. And then they would lay the person down and trace them. And every single time they were way inside the line of what they drew for themselves.
Wow.
And so I was like, okay, wow, here I am. Yeah, okay, I see. That's not what you know, it was a realization point for me.
So you drew yourself being smaller, or you saw yourself?
I saw myself being bigger.
And you saw yourself being bigger. Okay.
So then, like, what I saw myself being was what I had gained the weight of. Like, that's what I used to look in the mirror and see. But really, it was never that. You know, it's crazy how you can make yourself see something that's not there.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You know, a lot of emotions, I think, play a big factor in that too. You know, all the stuff that we go through in life, and what we feel a lot of times can reflect what we see. You know, and we got to be mind strong. You know, we got to learn and, you know, gain knowledge on all that stuff, and you know, so.
Yep. Okay.
So now let's go ahead and get ready to dive into round 3 of today's topic as well. Both of you ladies have shared a personal insight that you have experienced with body image and how you see yourself. So I would like to ask, what would you like to share with other young girls and women in what they see about themselves? How would you like to encourage them and motivate them and lift them up? You know, what would you share personally from your heart to them?
I would tell females today, love you. That's the most important thing. You have to figure out how to love yourself.